Okay. Tonight we're gonna do the John Wick 4 Chapter 4 discussion and stream. I'm starting a little bit early here, um, but decided to go ahead and uh, get into it here, and I will wait a minute or two for people to come in. Um, so yeah, I'll wait for some people to pop in here. And Lucy, what? What? What do you want? You always got to make your presence known. Hey, D man. So we got D man in here. Yeah, I know you're a John Wick fan. Every time we talk about John Wick, Lucy is there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, what do you want? Are you a Keanu fan? Is that what it is? But yeah, so we got Lucy here. She wants to be part of the John Wick stream. She's a big Keanu fan. I think Chapter 3 is her favorite. But let me see what I could do here. Cat. I was watching Jacksepticeye. Then I got the notification. Yeah. So I know I'm starting a little bit early here. It was scheduled for 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Right now it's about 5 minutes to 7. Or it's almost 7 o'clock. All right, Lucy, you got to get down. Ah. So yeah, I know I'm starting a little bit early here, about 30 minutes early, but figured why not. And I think the Scotty, I mean, anybody's welcome to pop in. I think Retro Scotty is going to come in here whenever that is. Yeah, she's yeah, she's a big cat. She eats a lot. Yeah, so I'll see who wants to come in, and for anybody that has seen John Wick Chapter 4, we can talk about it, discuss it. I mean, I'm still okay. So I did a review for the movie, and I talked about all the things that I've liked about the film, that I enjoyed about the movie. And at the end of the day, I'm just still very torn about it. I know they're considering John Wick Chapter 5, which for people out there, in regards to, what happens at the end, I'm sure some people have heard. And I did, there's going to be some spoiler talk here. Because in the end, of course, John Wick dies. But I'm not a fan of that. That's one thing about, John Wick Chapter 4. There's things that I really liked about the movie. I don't like that ending. And now that they're considering John Wick Chapter 5, and I'm like, so are they going to have him fake his death, or, change his identity, or, we can get more into it here. And The Line of Fire is a great movie. I got that as part of a double pack with Air Force One on Blu-ray. But yeah, I mean, some things that I enjoyed about John Wick Chapter 4. If I get right into it here, I thought Donnie Yen was really good. Definitely a highlight of the film. I thought, it's cool to see M. McShane back as Winston, Lawrence Fishburne, even though he's not in it much. But it was cool to see that character back. I didn't mind Bill Skarsgård as the villain. I didn't mind him. And I know he's Pennywise. Scott Adkins in the film, which he's this guy in a fat suit. But I didn't mind what Scott Adkins did in the film. And yeah, I mean, if I had to choose, I'd rather for Scott Adkins to not be in a fat suit. But I thought, for what he, did in the film, you get a little bit of a fight between Scott Adkins and Keanu, and the way that character gets it, I liked his comeuppance. But I thought Scott Adkins, I thought he was good in the film, but I think, he should have been in it a little bit more. And Neil Punk. Bill Skarsgård was fine as a villain. Yeah, I mean, I think they should have went with Clancy Brown. Like, looking back at the film, it seemed like that character had more mystique. We're not sure who this character is, but he's kind of like a mediator, kind of overseeing this thing here. I mean, there's not much to the character. There's a little bit of that mysterious mystery element, to that character. I'm like, he could have been the villain. Like Clancy Brown, then I'm not sure how much of a fight he would have put up against Wick, but I'm a bigger fan of Clancy Brown than I am of Bill Skarsgård. I think Clancy Brown could have been the villain. John Wick 4 was cool, but the ending really sucked. Yeah, that's the one thing that, really, at the end of the day, that's the one thing that I can't stand about John Wick Chapter 4. And now that they're considering 5, I mean, what are they going to have him do? Like, now, the one thing with John Wick Chapter 4, they didn't show him going into the grave. So that is the only thing they can go off of, that they didn't show Wick going into the grave. But I just don't know. I mean, are they going to have John Wick 5 like be 4 hours and have 20 times the action? Like, I don't know how they're going to really top it from here. Like, for what they were able to pull off with John Wick Chapter 4, how are they going to do better than that? I thought the ending was fine. Yeah, I mean, and to me, like, it's not even a, hey, wow, man. Anybody is welcome to come in. Wow, man, if you like to come in, it's up to you. But I'm just talking about John Wick Chapter 4. I've only been streaming for a few minutes here. But if you like to come in, kind of get other people's thoughts here, it's up to you. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't care for the ending. To me, like, looking back, like, the way he gets shot doesn't seem fatal to me. Like, where did he get shot? Like, right here, like right here. To me, it just, it didn't seem fatal enough after what John Wick went through throughout the movie. Like, there's one or two times, okay, there's a scene, for example, where he gets beat up and he's thrown down like a whole flight of stairs. And there's even a moment where he jumps out this window and he lands on top of a car, like his body Like, there's more times, throughout John Wick Chapter 4 where you're like, "Ooh, there's no there's no way that anybody would live, but he has to die this way if he's dead." Like, to be shot in such a in that kind of fashion. Yeah, exactly. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a that's the one thing about John Wick Chapter 3, the scene where he's shot off the roof and he does the pinball thing in the alleyway. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Um, I think that they should have done that a little bit better to where I mean, that's kind of where for me the I love the first 3 movies, but that's kind of where, um, the series kind of, took a little bit I don't know if jump the shark is the word, but, you know, maybe a little bit over the top. I wanna see John Wick 5 as a lone stranger. Yeah, maybe, but I don't think the ending helps. And sorry if I sound a little bit tired. Uh, that's why I'm kind of starting early here because I'm a little bit out of it tonight. Um, I was taking a nap a while ago and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but I'm like, I've put it off enough days this week. Um, I'm here, so yeah, I wanted to, do this here and talk about this movie. And hold on, I don't think he bled to death. I just think he passed out. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just don't know. I mean, John Wick Chapter 5, the director, that was his vision. His vision was to kill off John Wick. And I don't agree with that. To me, he should have retired or he should have right off into the sunset. And I know what people are going to say. Well, that would have been obvious. No, because nowadays, when you look at, films and characters, the obvious route in regards to, wrapping up, these stories, the more obvious route is death. That's just how it goes. We've seen this time and time again, that the more obvious route is death, or the more obvious route is let's kill off this character. To have someone live or, retire or ride off into the sunset, oh, we can't have that. That's too cliche. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah, I mean, you can say that in a way that I like that John Wick is a throwback to the action genre of yesterday, where people are. I mean, I would like to think that the studios are looking at the John Wick movies and saying, "Hey, we need to go back to making these types of films and this type of action movie because the superhero genre is dying." I mean, there's nowhere to go but down, in regards to the superhero films because there's been so many year after year, and people are burned out on the superhero genre. And John Wick, what the series has done, in terms of action, uh, it's like it's old school, but it's done in a modern context in regards to, action sequences that are really done well, well choreographed, using real stunt people. People are getting hurt. You can tell even, throughout, every John Wick movie, you could see the blood, sweat, and tears put into the choreography, put into the action. And Keanu even said that he would do more if the box office is good. Let's get real. It's Hollywood. We know that they're going to bring him back. Yeah, I would like to know how they're going to bring him back. I mean, I have a feeling I don't want. I know Keanu's a humble guy. I do wonder if there was any sort of like arguments going on, between Keanu and the director. Because I think Keanu loves his character. I don't want to think that Keanu wanted to kill off John Wick. Yeah, I still think he wants to keep playing this character. Um, I mean, the studios, they might. I don't know. I mean, they're considering it, but who knows? I mean, it's not confirmed, but it's one of those things. If they do John Wick 5, how did they go off, from how this film ended? I mean, yeah, I mean, we can't have characters live another day. To have characters live, um, for some reason, because apparently, the ending for John Wick Chapter 4 was tested. Like they had two different endings, and the ending that people liked more was John Wick dying. So, then I guess, I mean, why is it that audiences now are fixed on? I mean, why? I mean, you look at the characters that have died, iconic characters. Why can't we have these characters live? I mean, that's the $1 million question. Exactly. I mean, I'm not too big on what they're going to do with Ballerina. Like, apparently, Keanu has already filmed his parts, or, his part for Ballerina. And I think Lance Reddick's in it, and McShane. But I don't know. Um, but I'll put the link in the chat. No, I like the guy Len Wiseman who did Live Free or Die Hard. I'm not going to say he's a terrible director. Like, I mean, I like Die Hard 4. Um, but I just think the idea of Ballerina is not that interesting. Audiences probably emo being obsessed with death. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I have not seen the Underworld movies. I think the only one that I remember seeing was 4 when it came out in the theater. But yeah, I have never seen those movies. Yeah, like I said, sorry if I seem a little bit tired tonight. Like my thought, see, I can't even get words out right. My thought process is a little bit off because I'm just so out of it. Um, so, oh, Yeah, exactly. Like James Bond, No Time to Die, which I still haven't seen. But yeah, we got to kill off Bond. We got to kill off Han Solo. We got to kill off Luke Skywalker. Yeah, we got to kill off John Connor in the first 5 minutes of Dark Fate. Why is it that all these characters go out in some shitty ways? I wouldn't say it's the best action film ever. I thought the action scenes were really, well choreographed, well filmed. I wouldn't give it that title though. For the most part, I enjoyed it, but I'm very torn about it. And I know you talked. I saw you post, Mike, on Facebook. Um, but yeah, so there's things that I really liked about it, but I don't like the ending. And I know they're doing a part five or talking about doing it, considering it. But I mean, what are they gonna have like in the okay if they do John Wick 5? Are they gonna have him fake his death? Exactly. John Wick 4 is not the best action movie ever. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I thought the action was really good. The characters. Oh, no problem, Mike. So, are you planning to review the film, or because I'll still be interested in watching your review. Um, I know, I know you said that you weren't a fan of Scott Adkins. I liked his role in the film. Uh, I kind of wish that he was in it a bit more. I do agree because I think you mentioned it in your recent stream, that Clancy Brown should have been the villain. I agree with that. Like Bill Skarsgård, I think he's fine, but he's not, you know, great. That he's not a great villain. Like Clancy Brown, there's more to that character. Like he's very mysterious. Like he should have been like the main villain. I think that should have been the case. A Ray movie? I'm excited. I would say like that if I think about the action, uh, of course, the bits with the nunchucks. I really enjoyed that. The fight in the club, where he's throwing the axes. The the overview where he's taking out people in this building with this weapon. It's like a bird's eye view of this one big action sequence. So I really enjoyed that. Um, the flight of stairs, it was fine. Um, the stuff in the traffic, I really enjoyed. Yeah, exactly. So, what's your favorite, Mike, out of the franchise? What's your favorite John Wick movie? Yeah, I think Scott Adkins could take on the whale. Yeah, I mean, it seems like as of late, at least, I mean, you think about, Colin Farrell and the Batman, Brendan Fraser and the whale. I'm kind of glad that they're going back to more practical makeup and suits and stuff. But I don't know, like Scott Adkins, uh, him running away from John Wick, and I'm like, you're Scott Adkins. That's the one part of the film that I didn't like. I'm like, here's a guy. I mean, obviously the character can fight, so why didn't he just, stand his ground instead of from the get go, he's running away from John Wick, throughout the club. Why can't he just have a good 5 minute fight? They did a little bit, but and I did like his comeuppance, the comeuppance for Scott Adkins, the way he gets it. That was a brutal comeuppance. Yeah, I would say my favorite is John Wick Chapter 2, but 3 is great. Yeah, Scott Adkins should be Bond. That'd be cool. He might be too old now, but it's a cool idea. Yeah, I mean, I've been streaming for 20 minutes now, and anybody's welcome to come in. I'm not going to go for a long time here, but just talk about the film for a little bit. Now tomorrow there will be a hangout, so some of you know about that now. But I mean, if I talk about other stuff that I really liked about John Wick Chapter 4, I mean, the cinematography is on point. I mean, you see throughout the rest of the John Wick movies, all the cinematography is great. Um, I like the characters, like I said, I mentioned Donnie Yen. His character was a highlight for me. I kind of wish that character was brought in like early on, meaning that I kind of wish Donnie Yen was brought in by the second or third film, and maybe you could have built that feud up, or the kind of history up between Donnie Yen and John Wick. Oh, that's tough. Oh, Die Hard. I love Die Hard. I mean, John Wick is. I've enjoyed all of them, but Die Hard came first, so I'm gonna go with Die Hard. That's cool. You thought it was much better than Top Gun Maverick? Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I would say I enjoyed it more than Top Gun Maverick. I mean, I still loved Top Gun Maverick. Oh, I'm gonna go with Rambo. The Rambo series is better. Yeah, that's true. Wow, man. At least it didn't kill off Rambo. Like Rambo 5, I'll give credit. They didn't kill off Rambo. I mean, they didn't kill off John McClane in Die Hard 5. As bad as those movies are. Scream 5, Dewey. Yeah, Dewey had to die. I'm like, fuck. No one survives. Not even John Wick. All right, so let me ask Wildman, because I know you're a big fan of Top Gun Maverick. John Wick Chapter 4 or Top Gun Maverick? Yeah. He died in John Wick Chapter 2. I like Common too. I thought he was a good character. But I mean, John Wick Chapter 4 definitely has the most action out of all of them. And being 3 hours, it should. So it definitely has a plethora of action scenes. Um, I think also too the 3 hour runtime I would have been fine with if it didn't end this way. If it just ended with you know John Wick, kind of walking off, down the street into the sunset, or maybe it leads into a final, movie, I would have been fine with that. And I would have said, hey, bring on John Wick Chapter 5. And now that they're considering it, I don't know. They really have to think real hard how they're going to pick up from this. And I mean, I don't know. Exactly. Common should have been in the future John Wick sequels. And apparently, too, like I heard that the director Chad Stahelski he wants for like a future John Wick movie that if they decide to if they decide to do more, that they want to look at Jackie Chan and Jet Li. I agree. The Scream. Yeah, I agree. So for people out there in the chat that have seen John Wick Chapter 4, you know how it ends. Like, what would you do if they do John Wick Chapter 5? How would you pick up from Part 4? Hey, Scotty. No, I started a little bit early. Like I've been going for maybe about 25 minutes here. But here's a link. You're welcome to come in. But yeah, I mean, if you want to come in. But yeah, no, I had the schedule. I had it scheduled for 7:30, but I started a little bit early here. Samuel Jackson wanted to roll for John Wick Chapter 3. I don't know if that would have worked. I mean, I like Samuel Jackson, but come on, man, you can't be in everything. All right, here we got Scotty. Hey, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was just getting my headphones in my ears, so yeah.
Let me get you right here, because
Hey, everyone.
well, yeah, so we got Scotty here. Let me get. I should have done this from the beginning.
No worries. It's your stream, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you in my headset. You're on my speakers right now.
Oh, well.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing with this here. Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I see the chat.
Okay.
I'm seeing the comments and everything. Just so you know, I'm just barely recovering from the meal that I had at Red Lobster, so just give me a little bit of time.
Yeah, are you for? Yeah, good. I'm kind of like. Yeah, I was just talking about the movie and this question. Do you want to see any Cobra Kai actors in John Wick films? I can see Thomas Ian Griffith.
Yeah, I'd like to see Thomas Ian Griffin. Hell, maybe. Hey, while you're at it, maybe throw in William Zabaka and who else?
Yeah, the guy that played. Oh, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say maybe even throw in Kreese.
Yeah, Kreese would be cool.
What's his name again? Damn, I can't believe I blanked on.
Oh, Martin Cove.
Martin Cove. Yeah, Martin Cove. Wild Man Beyond mentioned Kei Kwan, and that'd be interesting. I could see that being a possibility.
Yeah, short round in a John Wick movie.
Yeah, maybe he's definitely took his cues from John Wick. You know, instead of Indiana Jones, he didn't just have Indiana Jones. He also had John Wick mentor him.
Yeah.
If anything, if they're supposedly reshooting Indy 5, they should definitely get Short Round back in the movie.
Yeah, like why didn't they do that before?
Or yeah, why didn't they do it to begin with? That would have been a bright idea to do that, you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to get you back on my headset here, and it's not wanting to cooperate. But I'm going to keep trying.
That's how technology is, sadly. So
yeah, these headphones have had for a minute. I definitely should get new ones.
All right. I think I said hi earlier, but hey there again, Neil Punk. And oh yeah, by the way, apparently that new Dungeons and Dragons movie is now overtaking the IMAX. And speaking of which, yeah, Neil Punk, I saw the film in IMAX on Wednesday. Definitely worth it. It was pretty loud.
Yeah.
Especially at the very opening when Keanu's just, chopping away at that wood. I mean, man, it was just pounding. It was just.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that's how it was too in our theater. Like at the beginning, where he's pounding at that block or wood, it was loud,
Really?
and it
Yes.
wasn't even IMAX.
Wow. So it wasn't just me that thought, man, the bass just, you really felt the bass, especially the, I was going to get into, do you want to get into the favorite stuff about John Wick 4? Or do you want to, or do you just want to play it by ear?
But I've talked a little bit what I enjoyed about the movie, like favorite stuff. I mean, but if you want to go ahead and get into your favorite bits.
Yeah, I really liked the Berlin sequence for sure. That was probably my favorite. I mean, every action scene or sequence in John Wick 4 was worthy, but that Berlin sequence, I think, really, took it to a whole new level. And I didn't realize it was Scott Adkins in that fat suit. I mean, I guess I kind of heard he was in it, but I forgot about it. I didn't realize I swear, it's like this is how the Penguin would be if he knew martial arts and was deadly, even if he was, fucking 300 or 500, 400 pounds.
Yeah, it'd be like the Penguin can move.
Yeah, that Penguin can kick some ass.
Yeah. I mean, because I know some people up here that, good friends of ours are not too crazy about Scott Adkins being in a fat suit. But I thought he did good. I mean, for what he had.
I agree. I mean, for the amount of effort that he put into that, you got to give him some credit. I mean, real life, could anyone do that? Possibly. I mean, when I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, his professor was I wouldn't say overweight, but he weighed quite a bit. He was like 6'6" and weighed like over 360 pounds, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not impossible for someone that to be, not, the athletic type, but can still be deadly. Even they can just be deadly even by sitting on you,
Yeah.
Just to throw in the bit of humor in there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's something Steven Seagal knows all about now. He could probably sit on people and.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to have the moves like he did in his earlier heyday.
No, I mean he kind of the way he looks now. I mean, I'm not crazy about Seagal, but I can see him like he would fit into this type of movie.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, hey, maybe they should get Steven Seagal for a role in John Wick.
Yeah, like maybe he could be on the high table.
Yeah, the high table, or maybe the brother of Scott Adkins' character.
Yeah,
a little more fatter, less agile, right?
Yeah, he would be on the high buffet table. Yeah,
and he'll have like several plates of food.
Yeah, a lot of chicken wings
Hey, you gonna eat that hamburger? No. Are you gonna eat that sushi? Those sushi rolls? No. Hey, you gonna eat those Red Lobster biscuits? No.
He'll be in charge of the McDonald's Continental.
He'll be in charge of the whole entire fast food Continental.
Yeah.
Or maybe even a chain restaurant Continental with your choice of Chili's or Red Lobster. Gosh, what else? Olive Garden. Yeah. You'd be chowing down that pasta a long time.
Yeah, the Kentucky Fried Continental.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man. But I thought, I mentioned about Donnie Yen earlier. I thought he was a highlight for me.
Yeah, he definitely stole the show, especially when the Alexander, I think, is it Peter or Alex, or is it Peter Skarsgård? I think this is his name.
Yeah, Bill Skarsgård. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when he was reminded of his daughter and he just said, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
That was quite hilarious.
The character, I didn't even mention the tracker in the movie. The guy with the dog that is tracking John Wick.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what his character was. It seemed like he was trying to hunt Wick, but also protect him, or at least protect him from getting killed, because that reward money was going, like 3 million every few hours. It would like almost double, and then by the end of the film, it was like 40 million.
Yeah, I think the actor's name is Shamir Anderson. I haven't seen him in anything else.
I had no idea who that actor is. I'm not familiar with any of his films or roles that he's done.
Yeah, that's the. I read that's the. I mean, I haven't seen him in anything. Okay, Mr. Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody. Yeah, I was thinking, is he maybe the brother of Nobody, Mr. Nobody from Fast and Furious?
Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that'd be interesting if you threw that, like if you put that character into this universe. But
what character?
The Nobody character, Bob Odenkirk. You seen the film Nobody?
Yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, I actually do have that film. Yeah, I've seen it. definitely a fun little film right there. I didn't see it in theaters actually.
Yeah. So what else did you enjoy about the movie?
Um, it was also during that Berlin sequence that we got to hear Mikhail Savanya come back and do the soundtracks. That definitely took that whole sequence up a notch as well too. Because I don't think they were ever involved in the third film. I don't think they came back. I mean, they did 1 and 2. They didn't do the third one, but fourth one they definitely came back. And man, I remember after I finished watching the film, I actually listened to the soundtrack. I can see what that just the whole epicness of the tracks. I forget what they're called. One's called Blood Work and All the Way Down or something. I can't remember all the names, but man, they're just kick ass. They just just the whole the just that epic feeling. I mean, it can be perfect workout music. It can just motivate you to just want to kick ass and take names like that whole sequence did.
So what would you say was your favorite action sequence?
That was definitely my favorite action sequence, I have to admit. I mean, all of them were pretty damn good. They were pretty much I mean, even the one that took place in Japan with I forget that actor's name. I've seen him before in other films before. He's the one that ended up getting killed by Donnie Yen's character. He has
Yuki Tsunoda.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, from 47 Ronin.
Yeah, I mean, even the beginning wasn't an action sequence, but I liked how they showed that he was chasing down these guys, trying to reclaim his reign and everything.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. For a split second, you froze. So, yeah, exactly. Dungeons and Dragons took over IMAX. But I'm wondering if it's still showing on 4DX or something. Maybe I'll see that or something. Though I might have to travel a little bit further to see it in that format, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. I mean, I paid almost $19 for my ticket because I saw it at 7:30. But hey, I think it was well worth it for the most part. All the action sequences were good. The Japan sequence, even the Paris sequence after. Like I said, the Berlin sequence was my favorite. Am I missing anything? Were those the major action sequences that we saw?
I really enjoyed the stuff with the. Hey, wait a second. We got Wild Man. Hey.
Yeah, greetings, salutations, gentlemen. How you doing?
Greetings.
Hey, you could have come in earlier, man.
Yeah, I was since I saw Scotty and I decided I should just drop in and then join the chat. Okay, it wouldn't be John Wick discussion without me, so I just thought, so why not?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I'm trying to get my headphones working where you guys are not coming the speakers. I hope it's not causing an echo or something on anybody else's end. Or
I don't think I don't hear an echo on my part.
Yeah, I noticed you guys were talking about who should be in the next John Wick. I'm surprised you guys didn't mention Jeff Spreekman.
That'd be cool.
That'd be
or
nice.
Even better, Cynthia Rothrock. Well, she hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't even get Halle Berry back, but I'm guessing she's she's busy.
Yeah. They'll also have her in, yeah, and I'm not sure if you saw my question on the comment. It would be cool to have some Cobra Kai actors in John Wick next John Wick. What Cobra Kai actor you want to see in it?
Oh, we answered that. I think Thomas Ian Griffith will fit right.
Oh,
in.
yes.
And I mentioned Martin Kove could be a part of it.
Oh yeah, Martin Kove. He can fit perfectly in that world. He's very cool guy. He's very. I love that guy. Ever since Cobra Kai, he made a comeback, and I respect that man even more. I love it. He's perfect for that.
And I even mentioned maybe William Zabaka. I mean, it'd be cool to see Ralph Macchio, but I don't know if he'd fit in that.
You could bring in Yuji Okamoto, chosen himself in there.
I can't believe it. Yeah, Yuji Okamoto. Yeah, you could definitely bring him in.
I heard Chad Stahelski, if they do more, that they want to look at Jackie Chan or Jet Li for future John Wick movies.
Chan, I don't know. Jet Li, I would love to see that because what is he doing? I mean,
wasn't he exactly in the greatest health or condition?
Yeah, had thyroid issues or something.
He was in the live action version of Mulan.
Okay. Yeah, for the two people that remember that.
It's funny that Michelle Yeoh, she won an Oscar. I mean, people forgot she was a big action star. You don't see a lot of action stars get that credit, but she would.
Yeah.
And she used to work with Cynthia Rothrock. I think they did a lot of movies together. I would love to see them team up. Get Michelle Yeoh and Cynthia Rothrock in a John Wick movie. I would love to see them together again.
That'd be nice. I was gonna say, I remember Michelle Yeoh probably from Super Cop, and of course she was in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Of course, Tomorrow Never Dies. That got her started. I mean, she was already a star. She was like Jackie Chan. She was a star in Hong Kong, but in America, that's what got her started. Tomorrow Never Dies, James Bond.
So I was trying to think. I mean, I guess since we're all here, and I talked about it earlier a little bit, but I mean the ending. I mean,
let's get real. They're not fooling anybody. Keanu even said that if the box office is good, he's gonna do more. You know. Let's get real here. It's fucking Hollywood. They've been like that for years. They said they're gonna do this and keep going back and forth. They're not fooling anybody. Let's get real here.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe in the fifth one he can play more of a mentor role. Maybe the John Wick, is dead, but maybe Giordani isn't dead. And that's what I would do. But also, there was the idea that I proposed. I don't know if you would agree with it. I did see that new 65 film with Adam Driver, and the way his hairstyle is similar to Wick. Maybe he could be Wick's kind of, successor or mentor.
I don't know. I mean, after the shit that went down with Star Wars, I mean, who wants? He's a good actor, but still, I don't leave him out of John Wick. I don't know.
I think he'd be pretty decent. He is a good actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor, but still, I don't know.
He was definitely a highlight for the movie 65. The film wasn't horrible, but I felt like
I need to check that out. It seemed like an interesting story. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I just felt like it didn't fully capitalize on its potential. It's not as horrible as people were making out to be. I mean, it's a movie with dinosaurs, for crying out loud. It's not going to be your typical Oscar-winning, That's what people wanted. They want to win Oscars. They want to be artsy fartsy. Lay off.
It's turn your brain off.
Take a break from that shit. We've seen enough. Jeez.
What if somebody was wearing a John Wick mask?
Oh, interesting.
John Wick mask. We sure won't be Hugo Weaving from V for Vendetta.
Yeah, it was Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy weren't. No,
he could be a good.
Tom Hardy.
He could be a decent villain, I think, if done right.
I think. I wonder too. I thought about this recently because even like at the end, the way he's shot, I don't know, it just doesn't seem fatal to me. Like it's not a fatal kill because he gets shot like right here, right?
Yeah, because that was a clue. They did that shot on purpose to give you a clue that maybe he did die. Like all this crap going back to Rambo 5, where he got his wound. He's dead. No, look at you. Anybody remember Rambo 3? He got the same wound on his side, and he took some bullet powder and put. And you're gonna tell me that he died because of that wound in Rambo 5? Get the fuck out of here! It's fucking Rambo, and this is fucking John Wick. Seriously, come on.
That's why I'm starting to wonder if maybe because he was shot by Kane, Donnie Yen's character, if maybe they did something to the bullet where they modified it, where it's not as lethal. Maybe it was a blank or something along those lines where, he got shot, but it wasn't a kill. He didn't kill Wick. But maybe he just, passed out on the steps.
And he said to him, "Take me home," and that tells you something. Did he mean just take me home, or take me home to rest with my wife? That's you can tell that they did that on purpose to make it enigmatic. You're not, because to question this. This is a questionable ending. They knew what they were doing. They know what they're doing.
And they didn't show him going to the grave.
No, that tells you right there.
Do you think too, like, because it seems like Keanu loves his character, but like I can see that like maybe there was a clash between Keanu and the director, like where they want to take the character, because the director wants to kill off the character. I think Keanu wants to keep playing the character. I mean,
yeah. I hope Keanu kind of fought for
Keanu needs to direct. I mean, did he direct the man from Jitsu? Keanu should direct the whole thing himself.
Hey, Matt Thomas. If you want to come in, let me know.
Oh, hey, buddy, hey, partner. Greetings and salutations, partner. Come on in.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen John Wick 4, Matt, but I mean, anybody's welcome. What was I going to say? I forgot.
There was the one disappointment I will say. I don't. It's kind of disappointing how Lance Reddick's character gets killed off a little early. Spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that Lance Reddick.
That was strange because he dies in the movie and he dies in real life. That's
Yeah.
fucking strange.
Yeah, like it happens in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like within
Rather
like
quickly.
10 minutes. Yeah,
That's the
rather
one
quick.
thing. That's one thing I will say I didn't like.
Yeah, same here.
I'm trying to think.
And I kinda-
as far as the film, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, I wonder what happened with that adjudicator character, because I thought she was going to be back in this one, but apparently she wasn't in the film at all, unless if she was deleted out or she wasn't, brought back in.
Which character again?
The adjudicator character from the third one.
Oh yeah, yeah. What happened to her?
Yeah, exactly. I guess she wasn't exactly the real villain. Of course, the real villain was the High Table, and that's where we got, Peter Skarsgård, who did a good job, by the way. Even though I haven't really fully watched the new version of it, and nothing's going to beat Tim Curry's version of it, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I really got a kick out of the scene they stole from the Warriors. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, apparently they were influenced by the film The Warriors. I wonder how that was. It's been a while since I've seen The Warriors, but
Now there's a franchise they can do more of. Not a reboot, do a streaming series, do it something like Cobra Kai, because Cobra Kai was about turf wars. The Warriors was about turf war. You can do like a prequel, or you can like in the video game they expanded it. They can that's why I want to see as a streaming series, not a fucking reboot, but like a prequel or a sequel. The Warriors you can do more with.
right.
I was trying to think like what other people that you could throw into a jump like John Wick 5 if they did it. I mean, we talked about Jeff Speakman. We talked about Michelle.
For the hell of it, maybe throw in Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, get Stallone in there. Yeah. I like this show, Tulsa King. He can play. He reminds me of a character that can be in that world.
Do you think a guy like Statham could fit into the Wick
Oh
movies?
yeah, why the
Yeah,
fuck not?
definitely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like imagine
Well,
that.
we forgot Van Damme.
Mhm.
Yeah, Van Damme. Or maybe Scott Adkins could be brought back, except he's like the more athletic version of his older brother. Or
Yeah.
something.
Is that
He doesn't have to
athletic
wear.
twin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
The
athletic.
skinny
and-
twin. He's going to be in the movie. He wants revenge.
Yes, he wants to avenge his.
Yeah, double impact shit.
Because, I mean, you still got the High Table, right? I mean, they're still. So, what if, like, in the fifth movie, they have the High Table and they bring in, like you say, Van Damme or, whoever, Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah, it's Neil's mentioned.
Yeah, John Wick. I'm noticing the John Wick series is becoming like the new Expendables because they're trying to put everybody in there. It's like John Wick is doing what the Expendables failed to do. Even Cobra Kai, if you watch season 5, they took note from the Expendables. They did right what the Expendables did wrong. If you look at it, they put everyone in there.
Trying to think who else. What am I forgetting? Like, I don't know what kind of character he would be, but I think like a guy like Christopher Lambert would bring a cool presence to the
Yes.
Yeah, maybe
That guy hasn't been doing shit for years.
Yeah,
He was still
Yeah.
around, Rucker Hauer.
Wrecker Howard, may him rest in peace. Oh man, he would have been awesome.
Yep. But let's say Chad Stone. I don't know how to pronounce his name. If he doesn't come back, I was thinking maybe James Wan could be a good replacement for the director.
Yeah.
And then maybe John Woo.
You know
could
what?
be
Well, I'm surprised we haven't mentioned him. John Woo. Get John Woo to
Yeah.
direct it.
or at least John Woo to like executive producer. Or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Do you think the studios are going to go against Stahelski and make this happen? Make John Wick 5,
Well,
real?
studios, regardless, are probably going to have more power over directors and writers.
This is why you should go independent. Why do you think a lot of filmmakers are going independent now? Because they don't have to put up with that shit.
Exactly.
Now, because Chad Stahelski wanted John Wick to die, because apparently they tested 2 endings, and they went with more, the dying ending. Like, what do you guys stand? Like, what do you guys feel about Chad Stahelski now?
Yeah, he's one of those. You know what? He did a good job, but he seems like one of those stuck-up, artsy-fartsy, highbrow directors who's too busy to win fucking Oscars and shit.
I haven't really seen any interviews with him, but if that's the case, then I think someone else should come in with a new, fresh approach and take this series to a whole new level, and then just kind of reinvent it in some way, not completely different.
You know what? You remember that movie with on Netflix with Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, why don't you bring back David Leitch?
Get that director.
David.
The action was so much like John Wick. It was like, what if it reminded me how you can do how Rambo? Seeing that movie is like this is what Rambo 5 should have been. It was with Rambo 5, but with a little bit of John Wick action. Get that director to do it.
Well, I was getting ready to say, because it was David Leitch and Chad Stahelski that did the first movie. Like,
they should try and get at least David back in there. And I just think about it. Henry Cavill can be a good villain in the series. Henry Cavill, he could be a good villain.
You know what? Speaking since both Top Gun Maverick and John Wick has become the greatest examples of old school properties working in Hollywood outside of superheroes. Why not get Tom Cruise in a John Wick movie?
That would be
because they're seeing both Tom Cruise and Keanu as the new Schwarzenegger and Stallone, and they're talking about getting them together. And Keanu even said he's interested. This will be perfect for them.
I don't know about a John Wick movie, but maybe like a different project. Because like maybe you had John Wick versus Vincent, this character from Collateral.
Oh man. And you know it's funny, speaking of that, Jamie Foxx said I'm not sure if they're planning on or he wants to do a sequel to Collateral.
I don't know if they could do better, because they're not going to bring back Michael Mann.
They're not going to bring back Tom Cruise either.
Yeah, I mean, I just have a feeling they're going to have a different director. It's going to be a totally different tone.
You know, I would like to see Keanu do like a Top Gun sequel with Tom Cruise. That would be awesome.
Yeah, maybe he could be Goose's brother,
or just like a veteran pilot who was a rival.
Right. Yeah, Tom Cruise and Keanu, that would be it.
I was just thinking about that. What would his call name be?
How about since Speed? How about Speed Demon or something like Speed? Going back to Speed Demon, Speedster or something.
Wicker Dragon.
Yeah.
Or Fighting Dragon.
It'll be like Utah. Give me 2.
Or how about simply Dude? Like going back to Bill and Ted. Hey, Dude. That'll be his code name, Dude. Just like how.
Hey, Will. Never seen you on here before.
Maybe it could be Party On instead.
Who's that actor from Lost?
From Lost in Hawaii?
Yeah, it was in Hawaii 5-0. I'm going to look him up real quick.
Yeah, Sally never watched that show Lost. And I haven't. And
I never got into that show. I'm sorry. I never got into it. Never got into it.
Oh, Daniel Day Kim. Yeah.
In Hawaii 5-0. We talk about like the newer one with Scott Kahn, I think. I don't know if that's what he was talking about. I know there's the old Hawaii 5-0 that was like what late. Like
yeah, I never got into Lost. I never got into Lost. The only good thing about the show was Evangelina Lilly being in bikini. That's all. That's all. It was good.
Oh,
good thing.
You wanted to bang her, right?
Hey,
what's going on, Matt?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Not much. So, have you seen John Wick Chapter 4 yet, Matt?
No, I started watching it yesterday online.
Did you finish?
But no, not yet.
So then we can't get into any
you can
more.
Spoil it. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah.
You don't mind?
I don't mind at all.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
How are you able to
Guys,
watch it online?
I saw it on an app. There's like an app. Yeah. So I was like, do I really want to finish it, or do I want to go see it in the theater? You know, I kind of want to see it in the theater.
I would say it's
I
better
saw
for
it in the theater. Yeah.
Same here. Saw it on IMAX. It's booming. And the
Oh,
soundtrack
yeah.
by El Casavagna, it was slapping.
Ooh.
Slapping and smacking that bass big time.
Yeah, I want to see it. I'm really intrigued. It's really intriguing.
Martial arts is totally making a comeback. Recently, thanks to John Wick, especially Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is a big thing with martial arts. It's like we are slowly going back. We're slowly going full circle of going back to the roots of old school action and entertainment. It's so good to see that right now.
Yeah.
Do you think that John Wick, what the series is doing, like Hollywood is seeing, like, hey, this is kind of going back. It's old school, but done in a modern context, a modern way in terms of action.
I see, because I sent you guys that video about how Hollywood are desperate, and they realize that superheroes aren't selling anymore, and they're looking at John Wick, how big it was.
Well, the next one's
let's go back. Let's do this. Let's go back to this.
The next one's going to be Extraction 2, right? That's the next.
Extraction. That was the name of the movie. Like I said, Extraction is what Rambo 5 should have been, because it has John Wick elements.
They have one shot that's like
Rambo doing some of that John Wick stuff.
They have like a tracking shot that lasts like 15 minutes. It's just fucking brutality. They're in cars.
Can you imagine Rambo doing that shit?
Can you imagine Christina Loken in John Wick 5?
When was the last time she was in anything?
Okay, come on, Gary.
Oh, she was in.
I don't know about that.
No.
No. She would try to make a comment.
No.
She would have been saying, that karate is so
She was okay in Batgirl, but no.
No. Christina Loken I can at least buy, because she has the physique, and she's done action-oriented stuff like Terminator 3, which is actually going to be 20 years old soon. Damn, time flies, right?
What?
Yeah. I was going to say, I can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter either.
But Matt, have you heard about the ending for John Wick Chapter 4?
Not really. I heard like a while back that his wife comes back. Is that true? Nah.
No.
Unless we're saving it for Part 5, but
I believe her death was staged. I believe that, because after this ending, I have a feeling that there's something else going on in this world.
So you're saying possibly John Wick's wife isn't really dead?
It's a possibility, and maybe they had her death staged and he didn't know about it.
Maybe she's on the high table.
Right.
That'd be interesting.
Guys, I woke up to the craziest shit this morning.
Really?
The first Death of Superman bootleg dropped today.
Oh.
Holy shit.
What dropped?
Holy shit. It's like they had like a contest on Cartoonist Kayfabe for Death of Superman bootlegs, because they did like a Batman Nightfall one with Bane that was fucking insane. Like, it gave me nightmares. It was so crazy, like crazy. And then they did someone did a Superman one. There's like six people doing them, and the first one dropped this morning, and it was holy fuck. Like, just there's no words to describe how fucking mental it is. Like,
interesting.
I mean, brutal. Like, brutal.
So you still want to know the ending for John Wick Chapter 4, since you're on the topic of death?
Oh yeah, let's do it. I figured he was gonna die in this one, because I keep seeing like vague YouTube videos. It's did they kill him and then he's gonna come back in the next one, or what?
It's very. I know
they
we talked about it a little bit.
They left it very like question mark. Like, do they call it? What's the word for ambiguous?
Yeah, I was gonna say ambiguous.
Yeah,
it had an ambiguous tone to it.
I love when they do endings like that you're not sure what happened.
Like, what happened? You got shot or something?
Yeah.
It's
It's like the same
Is it
stuff
like
we were talking
shot
about
in
with Rambo with Last Blood, the Rambo Last Blood.
Like they shoot him and then fade to black.
No, he like
One of
passes
those.
out on this like these steps.
They did a duel. They did a duel like that was similar to back in the 18th century, along mixing up with the cowboy duels.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't dead.
He would walk like 30 steps. They walk like 30 steps, and they walk like another 20 or so. Then they turn and shoot, of course. So.
I love that scene. That was interesting to mix up the both the different duels from that century to the cowboy western century. I really like that. And they even played a little bit of western music. That spaghetti western. I like that.
Yeah, I think
He ain't dead.
the western, the way that it was kind of set up, but it's just the way he was shot and the way they have him like just pass out. It just to me it just didn't come off fatal. Like it wasn't a fatal kill.
You know
It'll
they
get back.
did that on purpose because they're trying to trick you because they're not sure. They're trying to see if the movie does well, they can do more. And Keanu said,
Yeah,
if the box
saw.
office is good, I will do more.
Yeah, I saw an interview like a month ago where he said they're taking a break, but
Yeah, that's why I
they'll
heard that.
probably
They
start
should
talking
do
about
that. They should
John
do
Wick
that for
5
a while. Don't rush it. Don't rush it because if you rush something, that's when shit hits the fan.
Steve Austin and John Wick 5. I don't see
He's
it.
gonna break Keanu Reeves' neck.
What about Triple
Like
H
SWAT.
in John Wick? I
Taylor
can
Cage
see
and-
Triple H.
I can't see it.
Well, wait. I thought you said Triple X, almost not Triple H, but
Dude,
someone
Gotcha,
mentioned.
right.
Will mentioned Frank Grillo. He could be a good.
I love Frank Grillo. He's a good actor, but he's also have potential being an actor. He's like a mixture of Stallone and Mickey Rourke. Because I talked about this movie. You guys see it. Have you seen this movie on Netflix called Wheelman?
Hmm.
No.
Check that movie out. It's a made for Netflix movie. It's called Wheelman. He was good in that. That introduced me to his talent. He's a good actor and he's a good action star. He reminds me of Stallone and early Mickey Rourke.
Okay,
Yeah.
who would be like a good actor that like Clancy Brown's in John Wick Chapter 4? Like who would be a good
yeah,
actor like
definitely good
that
to
to
see
have
him in there,
come in
too.
for John
I can
Wick
see
Chapter
Gary
5?
Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, another one. Cillian Murphy. He could be maybe a villain.
Oh yeah. Why not? Yeah, sure.
It's
He's always
funny you
been,
mentioned
he's always
Cillian
been a
Murphy.
good actor. Does
the
anyone
director
plan on
mentioned
seeing the
Cillian
new
Murphy.
film Oppenheimer? I don't know if anyone's interested in that one. Where he plays the guy that was.
It looks okay.
It looks.
I saw the trailer for it.
Oh, wait a second. John Wick director Chad Stahelski names his dream casting additions, including Jackie Chan, Jet Li, you mentioned earlier, Jason Statham, and Jason Momoa.
No Jason Momoa, no Aquaman, and John Wick.
He's in the new Fast sequel. How does that look to y'all?
I give this director credit because he's taking note from the Expendables. He wants to put everyone in there.
In a headlock.
I
My
can't see
franchise. This ain't your franchise. This is my franchise. Hey, yo.
This is what he said. So many people, Keanu and I have a whole board of people we love to work with. If you told me Cillian Murphy was going to be in a John Wick movie, I'd be like, oh my God. If you told me Jackie Chan or Jet Li or Statham, if you say Stallone was going to make a cameo.
So Chad.
What about this question that I'm bringing out the big one, and I know some of us are kind of hesitant with this guy now, kind of like Steven Seagal. What about Schwarzenegger?
I could do it. I would do it. I'd
I
watch
can
it.
see Seagal more than Schwarzenegger.
How about both? Maybe Schwarzenegger will finally knock the death blow into him, right?
Fucking Steven Seagal's gonna go to like fucking Chick-fil-A and use one of those gold coins to buy
You should have seen me
help.
earlier. He would have been at the high table, but he would have had several plates of food, where it's probably from KFC to maybe Red Lobster or Olive Garden.
He food poisons people.
Or fucking Panda Express.
Yeah, we talked about earlier. Steven Seagal would be in charge of the Kentucky Fried Continental.
More like the chain Continental, where Olive Garden, Red Lobster. Might as well throw in Red Robin in there. He would love
Beds.
bottomless fries. He chowed on him. He chowed on the
I,
sweet potatoes.
I can see he loves Panda Express because he's been riding it for too long and he can't get off it. He's too big. He can't get off it.
Yeah. I can see them telling
Like,
Seagal's character that John Wick is coming after him, and he's like trying to get all of his food gathered up and
or he's
his egg rolls
he's
and
just-
Panda Express.
or he was doing this.
It's like a suit up scene, but it's like with food.
He's like running with
Mr.
food in his
Seagal.
coat.
Mr. Seagal, we didn't need you to wear a fat suit today. I'm not wearing no fat. This is me. Just the
Whoa.
real me.
I think I heard Lucy. Is she in the
Yeah,
sky
she's
with
here.
the diamonds?
We're talking about Wick. Hey.
Lucy wants to be in John Wick.
Maybe she's
In the
maybe
prequel
she's
comics-
the new pet replacement. Instead of a dog, it's now a cat.
fat.
In the John Wick prequel comics, John Wick had a cat.
No,
And he
shit.
saved Sharon. He saved
What up,
Sharon.
Lucy?
That's how he got into the
Lucy,
Continental.
say hi. Come on,
God,
Lucy, say hi.
Yeah.
Okay, she doesn't feel like saying hi? Okay.
I'm trying to. Well, yeah. So I'm wondering how do you get into John Wick 5? Like, how do you start it off from the ending?
Maybe show us a flashback scene where maybe Wick and Winston were planning something, and yeah, maybe you can do something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That'd be
I
interesting.
see that. I could see that.
Well,
I could
honestly,
see that.
I'll be honest, I have not seen his Punisher series. Is it definitely recommended?
Season 2 is amazing. Season 2 is amazing. And the Daredevil season is amazing. Daredevil 2 and Punisher 2.
Yeah, season 2. Of
Punisher
the
was kind of slow.
season 2 of the Punisher was a better step up than season 1.
Yeah. Season 1's good, but it's slow, you know?
What about Robin Shao, who played Luke King
Yeah.
in Mortal Kombat?
Robin Shu, you mean?
Robin Shu, or is it Shao? I don't know. How
I
it's
think-
pronounced.
it's Robin
If
Shu,
he wants to come out of retirement for that, I would go see it.
And I'm looking at my movies over here. Like, who would be?
No,
Scott Wynn.
get James Hung in there. Get Lopan in there. He was just in everything. Everyone it was. You can get Kiyu Kwan in there.
Yeah.
That'll be a good follow up after winning the Oscar. Why not have do?
Yeah,
You won an
like-
Oscar now. You won an Oscar now. Now go out and have fun. I love it when people win Oscars and they're like they prove so. Like, all right, now time to have some fun. Have some fun. Like with Nicolas Cage after he won for Leaving Las Vegas, he does something like The Rock in Con Air.
Jason
I love-
Scott Lee.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage should also be in the John Wick film, I guess.
I can say why not? Why not?
Why not? Yeah, exactly. And like you said, the veteran action ladies like Cynthia Rothrock and Michelle Yeoh, and isn't there someone else too that was also good?
What about Kate Beckinsale? You see her in this?
Definitely can see her in this. She
Yeah.
could definitely be, the sister of, or at least a sister, like a sister to Halle Berry's character.
It's Halle Berry. Those two. Who I can also see in this. She hasn't done action yet, but I can see her do this because she's trained in martial arts and she's done some shooting herself. Sydney Sweeney.
I
I
figured
knew
you
you
were
were
gonna say that.
I recently got the hots for her. Oh my god.
I don't know about Timothy Oliphant.
He might work.
Maybe.
Maybe he can play his character from Justified.
Or Live Free or Die
What?
Hard.
One last Bruce Willis cameo. One last one.
I can see Bruce.
One last.
I can. If Bruce is well enough, I can see him do a cameo because I just saw a video of himself for his birthday. He looks like he's hanging in there. He looks like he's doing okay. He seems he's hanging in there.
You mean Ash?
Jeff
Ash
Speakman,
Hector
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
just
you mentioned-
Steven. Yeah. Yeah.
By
Matt,
the way,
said
did you
saw
guys?
a little bit of the
I'm
film?
glad. I'm glad you guys like my Die Hard videos.
Yeah. Michael Wincott.
Oh, Michael Wincott be.
Oh
Good
yeah,
for
why
you.
not? Yeah.
They switched out the guy who was playing the Crow at the last minute. They started filming in I thought they wrapped already. They started filming in a few weeks. At the last minute, they swapped out the guy from John Wick there.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, they swapped him out for the guy in Boardwalk Empire. The guy who had the face mask.
Yeah, I saw you put a post about it. I wasn't sure what
Yeah.
it was.
You know what? Speaking of James Bond, what all this talk. Well, how about Idris Elba in John Wick?
Well, yeah, he could be Lance Reddick's brother. That'd be
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. He's out for revenge. He's perfect. Yeah, I can see that.
Now, Matt, you
Bill-
said you saw a little bit of the film.
Yeah.
Did you have any like favorite parts or anything? Or
I basically saw like where he was, in the beginning where he's in the desert.
yeah,
That part, pretty much.
yeah, that was a setup. That was like the first. 10
I
minutes.
I have to
Here
say
he
my
is.
favorite shot in the whole movie is where he's going up to the to kill the guy, and he's going through all these guys, and he has a machine gun that's also like a grenade shotgun or something. That was so Rambo, and you see the view from above.
Oh yeah, that's based on a video game.
Video
That
game,
continuous tracking aerial shot, that was very well done.
Oh my god, that was like
Yeah.
a video game, man. That is my favorite action scene in that whole movie. I mean,
It was
wow.
based on there's 2 video games like that, but it was based on what the fuck was it?
Demolition Man was like that. There was one where you're strolling forward, and then there's another sequence in the game where there's from top view.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of weapon was that? It was like a shotgun, but it had like explosive.
Rambo had that in Rambo Last Blood. If you remember, the explosive gunshot shells. I like that because
Yeah, he took the shells and he was like remember he was carving them? So when it burst it fucking
I like that because I think Stallone understood they wanted the explosive arrow tips back, and he's like, how something better? How about I give you explosive shotgun shells?
Dude, I recently got to read that original Rambo 5. Like the version that came out, but the original version of the version that came out.
Yeah.
And like half of it's gone. The explosive arrows are gone. He had a helicopter. He had a shootout on a submarine. In the beginning, he's all freaking out. He's seeing he's like looking out his window in the middle of the night. He's like all these he's hallucinating like the Viet Cong are coming to kill him in his house, and he's like drinking like fucking crazy, and he's like, it was. I don't know why they changed it, but there's proof of it because there's pictures online of these sets, but I want to know where that footage is.
I was going to say, did anyone like that kind of rendition of "Painted Black" song whenever Wick was in Paris? Because it's like they did a different version of the Rolling Stones song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
And I felt like the car chase kind of reminded me of like the Fast and Furious.
I love the car scenes. That was a badass car scene.
Oh, where they go
Which is
around
funny
the
because
traffic and they have to
Painted
fight in the
Black with
traffic.
Keanu Reeves. Don't forget he was in the Devil's Advocate, and
Yeah,
at the end that they played that song.
Circle of Triumph.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
But what do you guys? I mean, I know Matt still has to watch the rest of it. I mean, it's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Almost 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Do you think like the running time was? What do you guys think about the running time?
I thought the running time made it more epic because they wanted to take you on a long roller coaster ride. You want to feel like you're in an amusement park for 5 hours. I understand people complain about that, but sometimes that can work in the right way. And I think that made it work the right way.
This was definitely more of a hero's journey. Well, maybe not a hero's journey, but more of a journey of what the character's going through. Apparently, a lot of people said that
it's a modern day epic. It's a modern day epic.
A lot of people are saying this is like a modern modern action masterpiece or something like that. So,
I agree. I agree with them.
I mean, it definitely has the most
far
action
better
out of all the
from
John Wick
superhero
movies.
shit. I'll tell you that much.
It definitely has the most action out of all the John Wick movies.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think someone counted there's like 14 action sequences.
14? Really?
14, like just,
How much of it would you say was action, and how much would you say was story?
I think it was a great balance.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Well,
that's what you need in a movie, especially an action movie like this. Balance, because that's the problem with movies. How movies before all this, they kept it wasn't balanced. I think that this balanced it very well.
There's like a crazy long action sequence at the Hong Kong Continental or the Beijing Continental or some.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I'm gonna tell you this again. I can see John Wick like being like a lone hero helping people in need. Like he's disappeared. They think he's dead, and then something happens, and then they call on him to help some people.
Like a real ghost.
Like Jack Reacher or something like that. No, he's hiding somewhere with his wife, and then they call him in to help out and something like that. I want to see Speaking of Die, I want to see John Wick in a Die Hard situation, like in a building, all through the whole movie, like or Game of Death, something like Die Hard, but Game of Death, but all gun fu.
Yeah.
Or the raid, of course. Think about it. John Wick in a raid, Die Hard situation through the whole movie.
You wonder if I'm starting to wonder now if that's where they're going with the fifth movie. Like maybe that's an idea where he goes against the high table, and it's kind of like he has to work his way up to the very top.
Yeah, you know what? I think that tells you. I think they're trying to tell you that. I believe they were trying to tell you that through this movie, the high table. They better do that. They better fucking do that.
And like watch me on the high table, like Van Damme, Jet Li.
Yes, Van Damme is the head. He's in the head office in that building. Make him the head. Yes. There we go. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Can you imagine if the head of the table is Alex Winter?
Oh my God, that'll be excellent.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm playing. That's a joke, but
Yeah, it would be excellent.
You know what? I would watch it anyway. I would go see it.
Definitely.
oh,
It's Gary Busey up there.
Utah.
I don't know about Gary Busey anymore.
So who could be a perfect addition to the high table? Hey, William Sadler might pop in for appearance, right?
Oh, Death.
Yeah, Death.
Yeah.
He actually wouldn't be bad for that type of movie.
Yeah,
He could be like a Clancy Brown type of character.
yeah.
How was Scott Adkins?
I liked him in the movie. I mean, I know he's in a fat suit.
Did he do a lot of fighting?
I would say he has. The only part I didn't understand is there's a scene where he's running away from John Wick, but then like a minute later he's fighting John Wick. Like, I'd rather just have that character just have a good fight. They have a little bit of a fight. And I think
maybe because he was too fat, he was running out of breath, and he had to go breathe and come. I guess that's when he got his breathing back. He came back to fight him. I think that's what it was.
Probably so.
Because he got shot in the ass. I remember now in the movie.
Like I said, Scott Adkins gave Brendan Fraser a run for his money when it comes to being a fucking whale.
His death was kind of brutal, where he throws him off a balcony or some set of stairs, and he lands on his head.
That blew me away. I really like that. I love the axes. That thing fight with the axes. Oh my God.
And the nunchucks.
Oh.
Nunchucks. Yeah.
It was so refreshing to have that weapon used in an action movie again. Oh my God. It was so awesome.
Do you think this guy, I know you're talking about, do you think he would fit in that John Wick style movie?
He's okay. I like him.
Why not?
Maybe. Yeah.
I know he's the bad guy in ND5.
Oh boy. That's the last thing we need after John Wick. From John Wick 4 to Indy 5.
Indiana Jones is
movie's
going
to be a disaster. That's going to be a
Don't
disaster.
talk about Dr. Jones. We got company.
But I hope they I heard they went back and reshot some shit away from to get away from all that woke shit they were getting shit on for. So hopefully it'll be good. And I heard a rumor that Ke Huy Quan is going to do a cameo. Hopefully that's true. After winning the Oscar, and hopefully he'll do that Short Round spinoff. I would love that. Would be perfect for his career after winning that fucking Oscar, man. I'm so happy for him.
Now, going back to John Wick for a second, I know something that Mike OCP brought up because I saw he made a post about it on Facebook. Like, it seems like John Wick, there's times throughout the movie where he's not the focus. Like, it's more on these other characters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, because they're going to start spinning off.
Yeah,
they got two.
That's what I kind of felt like.
Two in order.
I see where he's coming from, but you have to understand what's going on in the story, man. You have to understand that what that world is
I
about.
think
I
I
understand
think
when
both
they
of
do
them.
it too much. I can understand when they do it when they do it too much. But yeah, you got. But yeah, I see where he's come from. I think the problem is you focus on it too much. You got to balance it.
Yeah, well, because like they said, like I think the two other ones are prequels because Lance Reddick and Keanu were in both of them, Ballerina and Continent.
Yeah, they've already filmed their ballerina parts, and apparently it takes place between 3 and 4.
That'll be
Yeah, that's gonna be
interesting. You know,
fucking
a
insane.
ballerina who can kick ass. I would love that. That'll be interesting.
That's gonna be good.
Let me ask you guys this: how far, all seeing how John Wick has become super popular, is how amazing in it how we are so far away from fucking Jason Bourne.
I'm glad.
Because
Yeah.
before John Wick, it was all about Jason Bourne, and then now no one gives a shit because they look back on those movies now, it's all shaky cam. They were boring. John Wick is the true new modern name for action, not Jason overrated Bourne.
I agree.
Jason abortion.
But seriously, Shai, what did you think of the Bourne movies? What do you guys think of the Bourne movies overall?
I've only seen the first one.
With next to John Wick now.
I've only seen the third one, and it was such a Rambo ripoff. And they even used like, even the tickets I had said, "You know his name," and I was like, "You fuckers are recycling
And
Rambo."
they stole
books.
Jeff Speakman's title. They called him the fucking perfect weapon. Get the fuck out of here.
And that chase scene in Vegas, dude, I've been on this trip, and that whole chase was out of sequence. Like, that's not at all what the strip is like. It's like, it goes from the other side of the strip to this side to that side, but it's all, they make it look straight. So like, really bad continuity filming in there.
There you go. Take John Wick to Vegas.
Yeah, why not? Because they're like John
The
Wick
high
is
table,
like
man.
James Bond meets Rambo because he deals with no exotic location. Why not Las Vegas?
The high table is going to be like De Niro and Pesci.
Yeah, speaking
I
of
like that,
high
yeah.
tables, high stakes,
Definitely.
those key names, the gambling and stuff. Why the fuck not? Dude,
You're
that's
only out
the
here
way to do
to
John Wick 5. Put it in Vegas.
Fucking Joe
because
Pesci's getting me out there.
That's what should have been for the next Die Hard, because there was a video game where John McClane goes to Vegas. Well, how about John Wick in Vegas? They should do that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd
what
like
they're
to see
gonna
it
take.
go
Like,
Vegas.
I keep thinking about locations for John Wick 5, and I'm like, where are they going to go? I mean, they've already been through like 5 different countries in this last one, right? Like Berlin, Japan,
Casablanca.
yeah, France.
What do you think about John Wick in China?
They're gonna have fucking Carmen Sandiego in the next one.
Maybe
Maybe,
Russia. Maybe Russia. That's one continent.
No more Russia. Enough with Russia. Russia's played out. Look at Die Hard 5. Russia is played out.
Or
Leave Russia alone.
Austria,
Enough with Russia.
Switzerland.
maybe Spain.
Montreal, baby, because they
Or
filmed a lot
Brazil.
of John Wick here. They
Brazil.
filmed tons of John Wick here.
I want to see something in Vegas, because that'll be cool. John Wick on speedboats. That'll be something out of a James Bond movie. Have John Wick because it's all water. John Wick and speed. Yeah, put it in Vegas. I would love
I
to
see
see
Dave
that.
Bautista.
I mean,
in one of these
Venice.
movies.
I meant Venice.
That's always a possibility.
Like Indiana Jones. Venice.
John Wick.
I was gonna say, if you had to have a female villain, maybe who runs the high table, maybe you can have 2 different ones. Maybe you have a female, and guess who would be perfect? Jamie Lee Curtis.
No.
Who?
No.
Who would that be?
Especially, I was saying Jamie Lee Curtis could be a perfect villain.
Oh God.
Like I said before,
Cynthia Rothrock.
She would be perfect
Yeah.
because she's a mixed martial artist. She hasn't done any action. She's a good actress. I mean, this woman can do everything. She's a mechanic. She runs her own production company. She's got her own lingerie line. I mean, this woman can do everything, man. I would love to see her do John Wick. Oh, that woman. Oh my God.
What woman are you talking
I
about?
hated it. I like At first, I didn't know who you were talking about, but then I remembered that she was the one that
Sorry, who's
that
the
people went after.
Yeah, because
Sydney-
her family was wearing Trump MAGA hats.
Yeah, and
Christ.
people were
She's
calling
the
them
girl from
racist.
Euphoria. She's known for Euphoria, despite the fact I don't
Yeah.
watch that show. I just watched her scenes. She's known for Euphoria. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sherry, whatever.
I don't know where you could take John Wick.
You know what?
Next one.
You can
Seeing
take him
the
to the
success
bank.
of John Wick now,
take him to
anything is
Jamaica,
possible. Just like with
man.
James Bond, they can take him
Dun,
anywhere.
dun,
Just like
dun, dun,
Indiana
dun.
Jones, they can take him anywhere. John Wick is up there with those guys.
John Wick in space.
He can come up. He can come up here on Mars any fucking time, man.
Yeah.
I got laid with three breasts.
John, you
Come
want to
and
go
suck
to
them any
Mars?
fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
John, you want to get your ass to Mars? Better do it now.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
must
another
do it
thing
now.
about Sydney Sweeney, she's one of those actresses who are known for big breasts. If she comes up here on Mars, if the radiation she'll have 3 breasts. I'll definitely be up to that.
Are we talking natural? Are we talking C cup, a natural C cup press?
Get up here, get your ass to Mars, Sydney. I'll be waiting.
Yes, get up here, and I will definitely motorboat those for you, right?
Oh, favorite car chase in a movie?
I have to go with Bullet because that started it all. I love Steve McQueen. That started it all.
Yeah, Bullet's really good.
Yep, got it on Blu-ray. Speaking of which, another film that Steve McQueen was in that's going to be, what, 50 years? Oh, is it going to be 50 or 60? It's Papillon, if anyone remembers that movie. Papillon.
Cobra. I think about the car
Oh,
chase.
yeah.
Hey, you bastards. I'm
It's
still
my
here.
brother-in-law's favorite movie.
Oh, can you imagine Brian Thompson in one of these John Wick movies? Not a thing about it.
Pig. Catch me if you can. Take me in.
They'll say I'm insane. The court is civilized. It's
New World Order versus John Wick.
But that's what they did with Cobra originally. In the script, they kill his dog. And at the end, you find out that Monty was actually the head bad guy all along. That's why he was trying to kick Cobra off the case. And then Cobra turns around and shoots him, and it cuts to blank.
I read the script.
Right.
It was awesome. Stallone, what the fuck is taking so long? Stop being hesitant. Give us Cobra already. Jesus.
Well, Hunter's starting right now.
Can you imagine
He's
John Wick
busy
in the
with
Everglades?
Tulsa, which is a good show, but Sly, come on, man.
Well, Hunter and Demolition
let that
Man
grudge
started
go, please.
Not Demolition Man. Little America and Hunter are starting up.
After
Yeah.
those, he needs to do fucking Cobra because how long does he have?
not long.
But I mean, do you guys have any like final thoughts or anything you want to add to John Wick?
My final thought is, I can't wait to see John Wick 4. I don't care if I'm told all the spoilers in the world. I still want to see. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it at least 5 times, at least 4 times. Guys, you want to ruin it? Tell me how Sharon goes out.
Oh, so
What
you know
happens
about
to
that.
Sharon?
The high
Yeah, I heard it. I heard you guys talking about it before.
Yeah, Peter Skarsgård's character kills him. He shoots him like, I don't know if it's supposed to be in the heart or like close to the heart, and then he bleeds out. And he says like, "It's been a pleasure, sir." Those are his last words to Winston.
It's kind
It's
of
like, why kill your best characters? You know why?
Because they're too busy wanting to win every fucking Oscar in the world. That's why.
No,
Like, I'd rather kill Winston than kill Sharon.
You know what, Chad Stahelski?
Like, I like Winston, but
That's Chad Stahelski trying so hard to go for the Oscar. I think it's time to get him out of there and bring back David Lynch.
it felt like maybe Chad
Get John Woo in there.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it felt like Chad was trying to subvert your expectations.
they could do like a low, not low budget, but like a smaller scale production, just fucking like Keanu directed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keanu has directed one movie. Why not have him direct it? It's his character. It should be his ship. Let him do
Well, I don't know.
run the whole ship. Let him be the navigator. Let him be the captain.
The Man of Tai Chi is nothing to
him-
wart home about.
And it'll be a faster boat than Speed 2.
Speaking of which, another actor with the K would be Kiefer Sutherland. Get him involved somehow.
Oh, yes. He's got that new show, Rabbit Hole. Yeah, get Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, why not? Yeah, get him. He's perfect for that.
But I would say overall, John Wick Chapter
Jim
4 and There's a lot of things I enjoyed about it. The action, the characters. There's plenty of great, again, action sequences shot well choreographed, great cinematography that's on point. But the ending,
Yeah, you have an issue with? Yes, that's understandable.
that's my biggest issue, and that's why I'm just so torn about it. If it leads into John Wick 5, and if it happens, if they greenlight it tomorrow, then I'll be like, okay, I don't know why they went there anyways, but I don't know. What do you guys feel?
Despite what people say, despite how the ending was, I am so happy. It is so refreshing to see a movie like this, along with Top Gun Maverick, that is completely old school, that represents old school, getting so much success and attention in Hollywood again. Since away from all this superhero crap, that shit is done. Is a total resurgence. What we should have gotten from the Expendables, and this is full circle now. And I'm looking forward to what happens. Bring on more John Wick.
Yeah. A new beginning. John Wick 5.
Bring it on. It's a new beginning, baby. New beginning. New beginning in Hollywood, too. It's coming. Bring it on.
He's going to rise from the grave via lightning strike.
Just like Hollywood's rising from the grave.
And Matt, go watch it in the theater. I would say go watch it in the theater.
Watch it in the theater. Go
Yeah.
see it in the theater. Oh, one more. I want to add something. Right quick. Going back to John Wick doing well in the box office. Of course, we got another popular name coming out next month. So I'm going to ask you this. Does John Wick stand a chance against Mario?
I don't think Mario will do that much. Like, I think it will do a lot, but I don't think I don't think it will do as much. But you never know. Although Mario can go a long way.
I mean, John Wick's got all the guns, but Mario, he just got his feet. He'll just stomp on his ass. I love John Wick, but yeah, I love them both. Yeah, I stepped on John Wick.
But
fucking Yoshi eats him and fucking John Wick shoots his way out of an egg.
I feel like Mario's a completely separate universe from John Wick.
Yeah, they could do like a Smash Brothers movie.
Mario and Luigi are on the high table.
You know what? They should have some characters that are named after the Mario brothers and Mario and Luigi, and they have guns. And John Wick they're like the comic relief in John Wick. He has to deal with them. That'll be cool. The Mafia brothers, the Mario brothers,
Those
or something.
damn plumbers again.
Maybe they could be maybe they could be animated like that animated cat was in Last Action Hero, voiced by Dane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want?
You saved my fur plenty of
And when I
time.
mention the cat, Lucy pops in, huh?
Yeah.
Hey Lucy,
She likes
say
the
hi.
headbutt.
Hey Lucy, say hi. Meow if you have to.
You see?
I think Lucy wants to kiss you, John.
Yeah, she does that a lot. She likes the headbutt.
It's like a little lion.
You want John Wick Chapter 5? Is that what you want?
I love how the brown fur goes around her,
Oh, it's orange.
like almost like a hairdo, you know?
Yeah, she got like a mane going on. Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're fat. I was doing a live stream last night standing up, and she decided to jump up my back.
Uh-oh.
And I felt those claws, and I'm like, you bitch.
Yes, you bitch. How dare you.
But
Lucy did. You're definitely not in the sky with diamonds, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like you almost had, did you almost have a John Wick moment? You was like, I'm gonna go John Wick on you.
How about John Wicket? It was John Wicket. Yeah.
We'll see what happens with John Wick 5. I mean,
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but whatever happens, I know it's going to be good because we're definitely coming back full circle from all the bullshit Hollywood has given us with superheroes. Yeah, we're definitely going back to the roots. I'm glad to see that happen.
But I mean, that's all I got for now. I mean,
oh yeah, I did have one question. I know you definitely don't care about seeing the ballerina, the one that's like in between John Wick 3 and 4.
oh, the series, or is it a movie? It's a movie, right?
I'll give
That
it
one's
a shot.
the other one's a series. I heard amazing things about it, so
I'll give it a shot.
I heard really amazing things. Like, I heard it's like the caliber is really high.
In ballerina?
Yeah. I heard it had a phenomenal screenplay, like one of a really just over achievement kind of feel to it. So
So, John, did you enjoy John Wick 4 bit? Did you enjoy John Wick 4 more than Scream 6?
Definitely. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's not even.
Who cares
Blows
about
Scream 6
screaming?
out of the
People
water.
are done with screaming. They want to see some wickedness. No more screaming.
You know what? I like to see John Wick meet Ghostface. I think Ghostface would shoot.
You know
Yeah.
what?
That'd be a cool
John
fight.
Wick will butcher him alive, man. He'll take his fucking knife and jam it through his cum hole and tear his guts out for sure.
dude, guys, this.
I just
gotta
want
tell
to
you
see
guys,
like
go-
John Wick just beat him up with nunchucks.
Yeah.
But since tomorrow we're gonna do a hangout for a little bit, we'll kind of wrap this up for here, like this one. But you guys have any final word or?
Guys, go check out that Death of Superman. It's called Death of Power. Go
Death
check
of
it out.
Power. Wow.
You will fucking flip out. You will see some things in that book you've never, ever fucking seen before. Ever. I had to stop. I couldn't get to the last 5 pages. I was like, no. It's haunting.
I was going to say, final thoughts. I'd say, for the most part, I definitely enjoyed John Wick 4. It certainly was not a bad movie at all. It did have, like I said, great action sequences. The score, especially the Castlevania being back, that really elevated that whole Berlin fight sequence between him and Scott Adkins. It was my favorite one, but all the other action sequences were just as fantastic. And all the actors did a solid job. The disappointing aspects would definitely be Lance Reddick being killed off a little too early. I think he should have at least could have aided or helped Winston escape, like something like that. Then he died trying to protect Winston. Somehow that came in my thought. But in the ending, I didn't think it was as horrible as I thought. But I hope it's not the end of John Wick.
Yeah.
But other than that,
John Wick is like the boogeyman. You can't kill the boogeyman.
oh yeah, maybe
You can't kill the man to go kill the boogeyman.
I like. You know what? John Wick versus Michael Myers. Now that would
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we
Boogeyman
go.
versus the Baba Yaga.
That's gonna be John Wick 6.
John Wick kills way better than
You will
shit,
do
that shit
nothing
they
if
gave
you
us.
can.
Yeah, John Wick kills.
John Wick
What Halloween should have been about.
with
John
Jamie
Wick
Lee
kills.
Curtis.
Yeah. The John Wick Resurrection.
They're in that fucking garbage in that fucking crusher thing.
I didn't even go see that movie that Halloween, and I'm so fucking glad after hearing about it. I'm so fucking glad they did. What?
Let
the
that
fuck?
fucking movie burn.
But yeah, we'll end it here for now. And like I said, tomorrow is gonna be a hangout. And
What
we'll
time is the
talk-
hangout?
What?
What time is the hangout?
We could talk about in the back green room. But for everybody out there, thank you for watching.
Okay.
And
Good night. See you in the stars.
All right. Thanks for having me on, John. Pleasure.
See you
hanging
guys.
out with you guys. Talking about
Thank
John Wick 4. See it, folks. You won't
See you
regret
in
it.
the stars.